Now at 8, our Stowe Snore special.
Plus the results of the Coke versus Pepsi poll.
And of course, your local forecast. Cardinal Sunrise starts right now.
Good news for a good morning. From Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom, you're watching NewsLink Indiana's Cardinal Sunrise.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Alana Gaither.
And I'm Dylan Chestnut. You're waking up with Cardinal Sunrise. Well, let's face it, Muncie is still pretty buried after last weekend's snowstorm.
And it doesn't look to be melting anytime soon. Chief Weather Forecaster Aaliyah Stowers is live right now with an update. Aaliyah?
Good morning. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Aaliyah Stowers giving you your Friday morning weather report. This sunrise and snow combination on campus is just so beautiful this morning. Right now, we are sitting at about -6 degrees, so very, very chilly temperatures out here. Luckily, that wind is pretty calm coming from the north, only up to 5 miles per hour, but it is still very frigid out here. Now, the snow we have accumulated right here on campus, we've got reports of 9.2 inches on campus, but however, we did have some reports of 10 to 11 inches in isolated areas around Muncie. Make sure you stay tuned for my full forecast, and I'll catch you inside.
Thanks, Aaliyah. It still looks pretty intense out there.
And we know it's still freezing. Well, when life gives you snow, you just gotta start building. Take a look at this. You all truly took that to heart.
Well, you can't have snow without spending at least a little bit of time in it, from sledding to making snow angels.
Love it or hate it, it brings some great memories to all ages. I mean, come on, like I wanna go outside right now.
Yeah. Is he being pulled by a car? It looks like...
I need to go outside.
Yeah, I do too. That looks fun. Well, the Kennedy Library is rewriting the way people focus.
NewsLink Indiana's Sophie Schick peered beyond the books to learn more.
Libraries aren't the whisper-only spaces they used to be, and that's not a bad thing, but finding complete silence can be a bit of a challenge. Until now, these are Zen booth pods at Kennedy Library, and they're almost completely soundproof. Muncie Public Library kicked off the new year with a grant from the Patricia Schaefer Foundation Trust, and 4 Zen booths made their way into its busiest branch. Whether you need to study, join a meeting, or just take a moment to breathe, you can reserve a pod no problem. And the best part, no library card required.
We're more of a community space, and I think things like the booths are things that help people use the library. You can come and just be at the library and not spend any money.
And that's exactly what people are doing. Instead of settling down in a cafe, people are using their resources, and the staff couldn't be happier.
It's great to see that a resource that we've been trying to get here, specifically at Kennedy Library, is here, and we're glad to see that it's being used.
Kennedy Library is only the beginning. Someday, you may see Zen booth pods at other locations. Kennedy Library is starting a new chapter for what it means for libraries to serve the community. In Muncie, Sophie Schick, NewsLink, Indiana.
To reserve a pod, stop by the information desk at Kennedy Library or call ahead.
Well, Indianapolis Motor Speedway has moved on from Pepsi after 7 seasons.
The new beverage partner of the Indy 500, Coca-Cola.
That's right. So this raises the question, which is better?
Well, we asked you all and you sure answered.
Turns out most of you favor the change. Coke had a landslide victory over Pepsi, getting 78% of the votes.
Unfortunately, the checker flag couldn't quite wave for Pepsi. The rival company only got 22% of the votes. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy that Coke is the new sponsor.
Yeah, I was definitely Team Coke as well.
Team Coke all the way.
There's an up-and-coming organization in Indiana.
NewsLink Indiana's Allison Brannicky has more.
For many people, a haircut may seem like routine, but for others, it can feel like a luxury that they can't afford. I'm here at the Ross Community Center with an organization who's trying to make that change. Inside this small gym, volunteer stylists cut the hair of many. CareCuts is a nonprofit organization in Muncie that's mission is to restore dignity to Indiana residents through free haircuts. I spoke with its founder, Michael Carroll, who explained how it all started.
I thought to myself, what can I do in order to help this situation, in order to serve the population that is potentially going unserved. And what I found is that a lot of people who need haircuts are not getting that service.
The organization started in April of last year, with their 501 not getting approved until August.
Now, fast forward to today, we have been doing this actively for about 3 to 4 months, so very new to the scene.
CareCuts also has a partnership with another nonprofit called Hygiene Ladies, started by a Ball State professor and graduate student.
There is no place in town that consistently has hygiene supply. A lot of it comes from shelters or like the Boys and Girls Club, or you have the Indie Hygiene Hub, but for the Muncie population, it's not really accessible.
Campbell, as well as founder Kimberly Hennessy, collect hygiene products and pass them out at the Common Market to those who need them. CareCuts services are free and available for anyone. In Muncie, Allison Brannicky, NewsLink, Indiana.
Schedule an appointment, call or text the number on your screen now.
That's 765-228-2622.
Coming up, we have your national weather.
See what temperature trends are sweeping the U.S.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
A short-haired
People
woman.
couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
A man types on a computer.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Paper ceiling, noun, the invisible barrier that comes at every turn for workers without a bachelor's degree.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
Scaled through alternative routes. It's time to let them shine. Thepaperceiling.org. Find out how stars can meet your talent needs.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
Through thick and thin, DAV's been there for me and my family.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
These walls and windows hold me tight. The warm embrace we all call home. This little street is a land of liberty of its own, where I always have a place to go. I'm free to call this place my own. We all deserve a place to call home.
That's an American dream.
Let's take a look at that. 16 degrees in Kansas City as you move farther north, 1 degree in Bismarck, 0 degrees in Minneapolis. But as we head to Muncie, Muncie's saying, when they go low, I go lower, all the way down to -7 degrees. A little warm down in Los Angeles at 57. We'll warm up throughout the day. Not too warm though. 19 degrees in Kansas City, 50 in Dallas-Fort Worth. You can really spot where the line is between that Arctic air and the more mild air out to the west. 68 degrees in Las Vegas and 73 in Los Angeles for the highs today. Let's take a look at some of those watching warnings right now, where it's got pretty active across the southeastern portion of the United States. So let's zoom in there. We have a winter storm starting to set up. Winter storm warning in effect for all of North Carolina and most of South Carolina. So that's going to start tonight and move through all the way to Sunday morning. 5 to 8 inches of snow expected down there with this winter system. So very chilly, wintry conditions down to the south compared to here for a change. And then, in addition, across much of the Gulf Coast, we have an extreme cold warning across Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. Temperatures going to get all the way down to 0 degrees. Wind chills in the negatives were there as well. That cold's going all the way down south. So what we've been experiencing here, they're going to be experiencing down there. So certainly winter conditions as we take a look at the south. And we're going to make our way all the way to the west coast, where a dense fog advisory is in effect for much of the California Valley, and that's going to go until noon Pacific time. I'm going to track out that for you right now. Current precision cast shows that snow starting to set up in the Ohio River region, moving into Kentucky, and tracking that out. It's really going to start taking effect over the Appalachians within the next couple of hours. Here's 6 p.m. That snow really starting to set up across Appalachia. It's going to continue in intensity and build as it goes into tomorrow. Here's some snow at 3 p.m. Heavy snow bands across the Carolinas, mixing along the coast. Rain off into the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to move off the coast, kind of like we see with hurricanes, and it's just going to stay off the coast. We might see a snow shower or flurry or two in the far eastern portions of the United States, but overall, snow is just going to continue making its way out after it affects the Carolinas. We've got some good news if you're on the west coast. Above average temperatures are going to be taking effect over the next 6 to 10 days if you are west of the Mississippi, all across the western United States. We'd like to see that move a little farther east because the eastern portion of the United States, including Muncie, is in this below average portion of temperatures. So overall, chilly here for the foreseeable future, but not as cold as what we've been seeing. So relief is on the way, which I don't know about you, Alana and Dylan, but I am ready for a warm up.
I am so ready. Like, I cannot take this winter weather anymore.
I can't either. It's so chilly out there.
I know. I just hate having to walk outside and still walk like a penguin because the sidewalks still are not clear.
So we can agree that none of us are a personal fan
Yeah.
of this weather. Okay,
Absolutely
I
not.
just have to make sure. Nuh-uh. I'm ready for summer all the way.
Yeah, me too.
Bathing suits all the way. Well, thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah, of course.
Up next, your local forecast with Aaliyah.
Does the snow show any sign of melting? Stick around to find out.
When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without a high school diploma. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers.
Your achievement has set an example for so many students. Most importantly, your daughter.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you.
Losing the fear of looking foolish comes with age.
Who did you steal him from?
Losing your way in your own home doesn't. Confusion with time and place may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Mom, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Welcome back. We're looking on top of Cooper Science. That sunrise is looking very beautiful outside on campus. Right now, -7 degrees. That dew point is below zero as well, so very, very dry air out there. Visibility is decreasing slightly at 6 miles. It's supposed to be pretty clear with clouds moving in as we go throughout the day. You can see this current radar. We are in the clear, but we do have some clouds coming towards our way. Some current temperatures statewide, very, very frigid for the whole state of Indiana, like Joe was mentioning. -9 in Lafayette, 2 degrees in Kokomo, -1 in Terre Haute. Just so frigid out there, very brutally cold. Taking a look in our viewing area, those temperatures are pretty similar to ours, slightly warmer, 2 degrees in Marion and Hartford City and 1 in Richmond. But we are nearing those negative double digits. As we go throughout the day, temperatures will warm up to the mid-teens with a high of 15 for today. Partly cloudy skies with clouds moving in as we go throughout the day. Those winds will pick up coming from the north, so bringing in more cold air only at 10 miles per hour. Tonight, cooling down to 10 degrees at 7 p.m., 6 degrees by 9 p.m., and 4 degrees by 11 p.m. In the early hours of tomorrow morning, those temperatures will continue to decrease with a low of -4 degrees for the evening overall. If you want to track out those clouds, they do start to come in. We could have a chance for a slight flurry or two, but no accumulation is in the forecast. Those clouds linger all the way until tomorrow evening, hopefully clearing out for a sunny day on Sunday. Now, typically, we only see just over 7.5 inches of snow throughout the month of January here for Muncie. We have accumulated just over 13 inches, so we are well above that average that we typically see in January, and I'm a huge fan of the snow. If it's going to be cold out, I want snow. You know, I don't want to just be miserable in the cold temperatures. This weekend, we do have a chance of breaking that 20-degree mark, which will feel warm from those negative temperatures we have been experiencing. Tomorrow's high, 14, mostly cloudy, those winds coming from the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. If we take a look at Sunday, just over 20 degrees, winds will switch to the west at 5 miles per hour, and hopefully we do see some of that sunshine. As we go throughout the next 7 days, like I mentioned, those temperatures are going to be below average, but they are better than what we have been experiencing. 15 for today, getting up to 24 by Monday, hitting that 30-degree mark on Tuesday with 40% chance of PM flurries. But those lows this weekend are just so brutal. I'm ready for it to be warm and
But aren't you a fan of snow? Like,
only if it's cold though. If it's gonna be cold, at least it has to be pretty.
oh my gosh,
you know?
I could not.
I like looking at the snow, just not being
Yeah,
out in it.
aesthetic-wise,
Correct, yes.
it's okay.
I was just, I'm
It's okay.
still thawing out from being outside this
Oh
morning.
my gosh,
in my
poor
shop.
thing. Oh my God. Well, thank you so much, Aaliyah.
Thank you.
Later in the show, Max Robson has coverage on local high school sports.
Plus, Stephen Grotto will be live with a preview on tonight's swim meet.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Free game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, we can't help but be inspired by her every day. So really, we are the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back to Cardinal Sunrise. I'm Max Robson with sports. Several boys basketball teams across Delaware County will tip off this evening as the back half of the season heats up. 6-6 Yorktown will look for their second straight win as they host New Palestine. The Tigers defeated Newcastle last Friday. Sophomore Zayden Zoud led Yorktown with 18 points in the 45-31 victory. Also in action, Wapahani will travel to Delta. This game will be a rematch of the Delaware County Championship earlier this month, where the Eagles took the win 41-39. Both teams have 7 wins going into tonight's matchup. Both games will tip off at 7:30. Keeping things on the court, the Daleville girls basketball team now has back-to-back seasons with a winning record for the first time in school history. NewsLink Indiana's Jaden Collins has more.
This winter marks the 4th time ever that the Daleville girls basketball team will finish the year with more wins than losses. And this season, the Broncos' success came with a 13-game winning streak that stretched from November to January.
It was something that they've never done. Like it was, I don't think that's ever been done in school history in any sport here in Daleville, honestly.
The Broncos compete in Class 1A, a division reserved for some of the smallest schools in the state. However, with their recent success, Daleville is earning the respect of bigger schools.
now that we're actually like have better records and stuff like that, like people actually acknowledge us as like competition and stuff like that.
For Daleville, better play on the court means higher expectations to perform well against tough competition.
3 teams are ranked in the top 15 in the state right now in our sectionals alone. 6 of the 8 teams have winning records, double-digit wins.
To prepare for tougher teams, the Broncos have turned to a method that is growing in popularity in girls basketball: scrimmaging the boys.
Sometimes we're practicing against the same people, like JV, it's not gonna get us much practice. So we know that getting different competition in here is gonna be better for us, and I definitely think it does help us.
They're physical with us, and then once we go to play another girls team, then I think that they understand how important it was to actually scrimmage against the boys.
The Broncos are motivated to make a name for themselves, and their practice habits have been the key to doing so.
We all are practicing harder. We're doing things to improve, and I think that it's definitely helping and making a difference.
The Broncos will take on Tri tonight before heading to Southern Wells on Tuesday for a playoff rematch against North Miami. In Daleville, Jaden Collins, NewsLink, Indiana.
Taking things to the pool, Ball State women's swim and dive hosts Indiana State tonight. NewsLink Indiana's Stephen Grotta is live at Llewellyn Aquatic Center to preview the action. Stephen, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Max. Like you said, I'm currently live inside the Llewellyn Aquatic Center where the Ball State women's swim and dive team will host their regular season finale tonight against the Indiana State Sycamores. The season has been nothing short of dominant for the Cards, with a 5-1 record in dual meets, 2 invite wins, and a largest margin victory of 143 points. So this season finale is one I'm going to be sure not to miss. If you're looking to get a taste of this Ball State action, what better place to be in these frigid temperatures than right here in this aquatic center behind me? And it's the only home sporting event this weekend, so I better see you all there. The event's going to kick off tonight at 5:30, so back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Stephen. Coming up, we're going to dive in on our New Year's resolutions.
And we've got your breaking down the science.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Elmo's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
You crank it and the beat just moves you right down the hallway. Why not? It doesn't hurt anyone, but listening too long and too loud can actually hurt your hearing. Excessive volume in earbuds, stadiums, and at concerts, even loud machinery, can damage hearing in just 15 minutes.
1 in 5 people 12 years and older now has some kind of hearing loss. So see a hearing professional and let's get those ears checked and boogie on.
So we've pretty much already finished this first month of 2026. I mean, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, Lana, my New Year's resolution was watching 50 films, and so far this year, I've watched 7. I need to get back on track of watching films, of course.
One of my New Year's resolutions was being less afraid of horror movies, and I recently watched Sinners, so I think I'm making progress on that. Have you watched it?
I have not seen Sinners. I really want to see it, but I think I've heard it. The movie's up for a couple of Oscars. Not sure how many, but I know it's a fair amount of Oscars it's up for.
A lot of people love it, but I will say I think it's just that type of movie where you will have to make that opinion if you like it or not. Because, I mean, so far, like, I've heard 50-50. People really love it, and then I see the other half where they just really don't love it.
I've only heard like really great things about that film, so.
I mean, but okay. Well, one thing I'm going to add to my list is learning more about snow. So, I mean, have you ever wondered how snow accumulates?
Daphne has the answer for us. It's time for your Breaking Down the Science.
Thank you guys. I am Daphne Jabot, and this is Breaking Down the Science. Today we're going to be talking about snow accumulation. Now let's start with snow. Snowflakes are tiny ice crystals that form in clouds. Generally they form in stratus clouds, which is why when we look up when it's snowing, it tends to be a bit of a layer. So it's important to note that the temperature in the cloud has to be at or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is freezing temperature. So if the temperature is right, the snow will form in the clouds, and as it goes all the way down, that temperature must stay consistent so that the snow doesn't turn into rain, freezing rain, sleet, anything like that. So once the snow reaches the ground, it's able to land and not melt on impact because the ground is at least 32 degrees or less. So when it lands, then snow starts to pile, it starts to build up, and that is how we get accumulation. Now, interesting thing about accumulation is once enough snow actually piles up, we can see that the bottom layer is a lot warmer than the top layer. It becomes a bit of an insulator. So the bottom layer of snow, although still frozen, although still cold, is definitely a lot warmer than that top layer. That top layer can actually weigh down and compress the snow into being a lot denser than it started as. So some of this is why we get snow where we can make snowmen, snowballs, things like that. Wetter snow is better for that. So when the temperatures are just a little bit below freezing, that creates wet snow, packing snow. It melts a lot easier, but it is easier to work with. Last weekend we got quite a bit of snow, and it was a bit dry at first, not a lot of moisture. So it was fluffy, it flew all over the place, and that is not very good for making things out of the snow. But it has compressed since then, and we can see that outside right now. It is more packing snow because it has sat for a while and it has gotten some moisture into it. Now there is an exception for the freezing rule on the ground. If the cloud and the air that the snow travels through is 32 degrees or less, but the ground is just a little bit above, like 33, 34 degrees, it can actually still accumulate, but it is a process. So when the snow falls, initially it is going to melt on impact just because of the temperature. But if the snow continues to fall, and if it sits and it actually cools the ground, if the ground cools enough from the melting, that means that the snow can actually start to fall and accumulate. Thank you so much, and have a good morning.
Thanks, Daphne. Now we're going to take one final look at weather.
Thank you. Let's take one last look at my 7-day forecast. We do have very frigid temperatures for the next 2 days, but hopefully by Sunday we can break that 20-degree mark, and then by Tuesday get up to 30 degrees with that 40% chance of PM showers, snow flurries. We do have negative lows for this weekend, but hopefully Sunday night we get back up into those positive temperatures and even into the high teens for our lows. Overall, we're still below average, but it will be better than what we have been experiencing with all these negative highs. And like right now, it's only -7, so
only
it's only positive, only positive from here, only going up.
I guess I'm happy that the weather is a little bit better, but
yeah.
Oh my God, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm excited for the 30-degree day. That's so exciting.
I'm not excited for nothing.
Finally, not a temperature in the teens or the 20s.
No, I need sunlight right now.
Yeah.
Like right now. My car is still kind of like blocked in.
Yes, a lot of them are too.
Yeah, no, they need to get that on the move. I mean, do you guys drive? Like, have you been on the road lately?
Yes.
I don't drive the campus because I'm still on a dorm, or in a dorm.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, and luckily my vehicle has 4-wheel drive, so I haven't really had a problem, but my roommates, we've been shoveling them out all week, and it's been just a really pain.
So, but the roads, like, you've been feeling pretty good?
Yeah, they're not terrible. I mean, they're not perfect.
Yeah,
but
now, I mean, at least they're better. Well, well, Thank you so much, Leah,
Thank you.
again. That's all for Cardinal Sunrise this Friday morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.